Hi, Yellow Swift here. I was looking at providing a mod tutorial this time for something completely different, but I just couldn't really settle on anything. So in the end, I've gone for something that I've only touched on before very loosely. I've played the People Soup mod, which... Actually, I should back up a bit, really. I don't really know a great deal about the People Soup and the mods that these people do. I'm not really sure how you say it. Narodnaya Solyanka? That sounds good enough. I don't know if People Soup came first, or if this one came first. You know, the ground roots, as it were. But I have tried People Soup, S.T.A.L.K.E.R Soup as it's known, quite some time ago. I think I played it back in 2013, and I didn't find it very stable. So I felt that it was time to revisit something along those lines, and this certainly is a very similar look to that mod. I think People Soup might be the one where you've got a huge amount of maps, I think. I'm a bit vague on it, I have to concede. But anyway, I've taken a look at this, and I quite like it, and soon when I start my next game playthrough, once Quake's finished, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a S.T.A.L.K.E.R mod. I haven't done one before with commentary. So I'm kind of narrowing it down to this one. OGSM 1.8 for Clear Skies, another consideration. Radiophobia for SOC or OGSE 0693, I think it is. I've done videos on most of those, I think. So they're all considerations, as is Lost Alpha 1.4 Director's Cut that's come out recently. But enough waffle. So I took a look at this last night, and as you can see, there's a great deal of changes. It's got weather, new system, HUD, AI, locations, quests, more monsters, more characters, more traders, so more of everything really, more suits, more items. It's a very comprehensive mod by the looks of it, and for this video all I'm concentrating on is the main mod, none of the additions that you can download. I think there are some guides, what to do if you experience a crash. Well, I haven't had one yet, touch wood. So it's a case of downloading part 1, part 2 and the patch. Now usually, let's say there's more than one part in a mod, you download all the parts, but you only need to extract part 1, but in this case you do need to extract part 2 as well. So let's take a look at part 1. Yep, so that will be part 1. You just extract it to your S.T.A.L.K.E.R directory. They're pretty hefty downloads, 2 GB. Well, it's not that hefty really this day and age, but they're not sort of like some of the mods you see, you know, 300 or 400 or 700 megabytes. They're quite large. Part 2's larger still, it's 2.5. And the patch is only about 50 megabytes. So each of them just extract the game data to your S.T.A.L.K.E.R directory, and that's the game data file there. Just overwrite any changes. In part 2 you also get a bin folder, so just do the same there, just overwrite any changes, and that's all there is to the installation. I've also thrown in a field of view change because I'm surprised actually, I didn't, unless I've completely missed it, I didn't notice a particularly high field of view in this. Some of the weapons that I used looked okay actually, looked alright. I would have said it was about between 75 and 80, so for my eyes it's tolerable, even quite reasonable. But there was one pistol I picked up, and bloody hell, it looked massive. So what I've done is I've using the Shadow of Chernobyl field of view fix, which is a kind of a lazy way of doing it, but I'll leave a link in the description of this mini mod. I think I might have mentioned it before in a previous mod that I've done, previous mod installation guide. And this particular mod requires that you use 1.0006 patch, which if you're using a Steam installation as I am, then it's going to be automatically patched to that anyway, so there's no need to be concerned. but I'll leave the patch in the description for those that are using a retail version. But the field of view changes for whatever version you're using. S.T.A.L.K.E.R will patch it to field of view 90, which is great, but it would be nice to have a selection like 83, 80, 85, 90, you know. I've not needed to go above 90 before in S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Another way you can do it is using a hex editor, which I've downloaded on a couple of occasions, but I've never really known what I'm doing, so I've kind of just gone and Googled a fix another way like this, which is much simpler. So now's time to fire up the main mod and take a look. So as I'm aware, or far as I'm aware, what you should see if you've patched it correctly is what I'm pointing to here. With regard to the options, it's not much to say really about the options. It's the usual that you see in the game, what you're going to be playing on. Master's usually what I start on. You can always turn it down if it's not balanced enough. But in the video it's full dynamic lighting, maximum settings and your resolution. I've adjusted the gamma and the contrast a bit. It was a little bit too dark for me, a little bit too heavy on the contrast, so I've adjusted that and I've made it a touch lighter. And on the video settings, everything's set to the maximum. It's not, I haven't found it very demanding actually. I think I've employed FXAA in the NVIDIA control panel because I found the anti-aliasing in the actual game was a bit too, well, not very effective really. It was okay, I suppose. And that's about all else to show really. Grass shadow, sun shadow, NPC flashlights, the usual kind of thing. So let's start a fresh game. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a great lover of the first part of this mod. It's very different, but I don't know, it's just not quite my cup of tea, but I thought I'd include it anyway. The actual bit at the very bottom in white, just where his lower legs are, it's quite a small icon that shows you that you can speak to someone, so that's one of the observations I made earlier. So my head hurts, where am I and who are you? So this is where we crashed in the death truck, and I can't remember anything. So I need to take some medicine by finding a chap called the Doctor who's at the rookie village. You can pause the video here and read this if you want to. I'm just going to keep this moving along at a fairly light pace. Right, so that's what we have to do. I think I'll take this med kit to stop me from constantly breathing. That's better. It's pushing me along. Definitely a different introduction than I imagined. Right, okay. Let's just check that I am going the right way. Yeah, it looks like it. So I've only got 8 rounds in the magazine. And that's...
Таскаю арты на поясе уже 3 месяца и все ничего, а сегодня половина камнями стали. Пипец. Выводы очевидны, вас та же херня ждет. Арты – штука не вечная.
So as you can hear, that's the Russian voices are in this mod, which I quite like, because usually the English ones are, for the most part, quite bad. So the task here is to get to the rookie village, and it may pay you to take your time a bit, just to think about what you're doing. but it's quite a striking, dramatic look, and it's quite dark with heavy contrasts. If you set the gamma and the contrast to 50% in the options, but I've just lightened it very slightly, you know, to help with the recording and the compression that YouTube will no doubt have to employ. Right, so I'm just going to go about this as I did the other day when I played on my own. Let's see if I can climb over the barbed wire. It does look quite strange actually, but it doesn't stay like that, which is good. There we go. I normally throw in a frame rate counter to give people an idea of what to expect, but I haven't this time. It's not that important, but it feels very smooth. I know when you go to areas where there are lots of NPCs, it does chug quite a bit, but for the most part it runs very smooth. So all I did last time was I didn't stop to do any sightseeing. I'm just going to get to the rookie village. There we go. Some more, no doubt some NPCs being loaded into the game world. So yeah, I just want to get to the rookie village without too much fuss. And then we can start the mission properly. That sounds like Tushkano, so probably worth running for it now. Alright, they're not there. But yeah, this sort of grey, almost snowy look does look strange, but it's thankfully doesn't carry on after you've sort of finished the introduction. Right, there we go. A very welcome sight is the rocky village. So yeah, these sort of dark, we can hear the zombies or the Islams in the background there. This sort of dark, heavy contrast and rich colour I like, but I found the settings default a bit too much for me, so I've turned them down. Right, so let's go and see Doc. Right. Marsh Doctor. Right, so that chap astrologer has sent me to see you. He says that you can help me. He says that you can help me. Yeah, right. Let's have a look. So I have to take some medicine, and hopefully that will sort me out. So let's try doing that. And this is really the beginning point where the game starts. And I remember when I actually played, I think it was Stalker Soup. It has the same beginning, I believe. I just couldn't work out what to do, and it was this little thing here. You just have to drink it. And then you're transported into the next level like this. One thing I did notice with my graphics card actually is that it certainly makes it work quite hard in this mod, but performance for the most part, as mentioned, is very good. Right, now this particular opening level, I've got mixed feelings about it, to be honest. I don't really like it much. It's quite a shock to the system. But it is different, it's something new and fresh, and I welcome any mod that tries to do something like that. But it's one of those bits that I'm always glad when it's over. So I thought I'd throw it into the video anyway for those that haven't seen it before. It makes a change from just going to the abandoned car park to fight a few bandits. Right, so you've got a backpack here with a load of gear, a load of artifacts, which help with radiation, although they lower endurance. That's the porcupine. And then we've got the emerald quirk, which I think is probably only native to this particular mod. That's for rupture. We've also got a minigun and an bandit exo, which is unusual. So I'm going to take all of those because you're going to need them. And I'm going to attach these to the belt because I think you're going to need them as well. And this one in particular. Attach to belt, but I do it fairly quickly because it does make the radiation rise if you're not careful. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, Heart of the Poltergeist. It gives you a big boost on the health front. And for hunger, endurance, bleeding, it's got a lot of great qualities actually, but it's one of those ones that you're probably going to be only allowed to use temporarily. In fact, it does just about everything you could possibly want from an artifact. But as I say, in this particular section, you really do need it. Right, so welcome to the minigun that probably has the fastest reload time ever, which is, I'm not complaining about, it's very welcome. Just going to turn on my light. Now, I never really, despite having a map in my top left corner of the screen, I never really know where I'm going. These bits here seem to sort of evoke the sort of effects that you'd see from a bureau, I think, and cloud your vision momentarily, so I'm just going to go this way if I can get past this electricity. Right, okay. And you'll notice some effects from other games like Fear, some sound effects, which I'm not a great fan of, I have to say. And some music and sound from various films. Now, my honest kind of impression of this particular opening sequence is that it's a bit crazy, really. Not necessarily in a bad way, it's just very unexpected. The monsters can come at you thick and fast. Not good. Not a good start. So let's take a... I think I'll just see if the artifact brings my health back up. I'm trying a different route to what I used last night, just to see if it's any better. Oh, it's dead end, essentially. See if there's anything in these. Oh, that's another artifact. Right, I didn't like that effect very much. That could mean bad things. Oh, bleeding plus 100%. I think I'm going to drop that. Then again, it's not on my belt, so I can take it for now, can't I? Looks like a explosive box with a droplet inside. I'll take it, but it's not going to be much use to me. I haven't actually got to the point where I'm using any rifles in the game. I've been mainly using pistols to start with because that's all I could find. So I don't know if your arm's going to clip like this through, with rifles like an AK or, you know, one of the AK-74s. I don't know why I didn't go the other way, but I got away with it, which is the main thing. It's probably worth taking a health kit, actually. Knowing what I know. And here we go. I think there's two ways to approach this particular level. Is either just run through it like a lunatic, or take your time, which is what I'm doing. It tends to be my preferred way I handle things. That's a bloodsucker. Take another med kit just in case. So that's a pretty crazy reload. God, that was some sneaky move by the S.T.A.L.K.E.R there. I wasn't expecting that. Oh dear, that's not good. No. Let's get out of here. Take a med kit quick. This is, I suppose I'm getting used to it now, but it's so different to what you normally experience in the S.T.A.L.K.E.R mod. You know, if you walked into any mod and you started off, okay, with a heavy machine gun, but even so, or a minigun, and you encountered two pseudo giants and loads of snorks and bloodsuckers, it would, you know, you would naturally assume it's very unbalanced. But it's just for a brief spell. Unfortunately, you get plenty of ammunition. I can hear something moving about. I know there's bureaus down here. Yeah, that's their calling card. Right, I'm not sure what's the best way to go. I think it's another snork. Wow. The other day when I played this, I was shooting those from a long distance, and now I know why you should do that. Right, I'll cut back when I get to this position again. Right, well, I made it back to this section, albeit I've gone this way past where all those creatures were rather than going to the left. So I'm not out of the woods yet, but I made it anyway. But I can hear bureaus now. Pretty colours, but deadly. There's something in the distance, I think. Oh, it might be just a bit of debris. It's as you know, is obvious, it's best to use the minigun with just bursts, really. I don't know what the hell caused that. Was that just a chemical anomaly or something? Let's take a... Right, I've got no bandages. I think I've got... Right, that's probably a Bureau's doing. I'm just going to hang back and let this subside, and I'll cut back once the bleeding's... Die, please, just die. Cute. I was going to say, here comes another one. Jesus Christ. Third time lucky. I was going to say I was just going to cut back once the bleeding's worn off, but I think I'll just carry on because it's probably a pointless thing to do anyway. There's another one. There's a lot of snorks in this level. Right, that hit me, which I didn't think it would. I'm not one to reload too often. Another one of those bloody poltergeists, or whatever they're called. I'm not one to reload weapons too often, but I think... Oh, Christ, where did that come? That's a bloody Bureau. Where a, you know, with this situation is concerned, I'll make an exception, but it's too late. I'm dead again. Right, back in a moment. I'll be quite pleased if I can get out of here on master difficulty, actually. It's... Is that dead, or is it... No, it's not dead. Bloody thing. They can be so frustrating to fight against Bureaus. There he is. Just made another quick save. I think I killed one of them. Yeah, I think he's dead, that one. Right, I just want to get out of here. This area makes the zone seem, you know, quite friendly, really. Ah, that looks to be it. It's almost like it's a... It should be yellow, those NPCs, yeah. And that's where you want to head to. Right, I'm going to quick save here. This bit can be quite tricky, actually. So you shouldn't need your weapons at this point. I can't believe I didn't get electrocuted there. Now, the first time I did this last night, I was shooting some creatures around there, and one or two of the bullets must have strayed through and they hit these guys, but I didn't really pay attention. And when I got through here, they all killed me. Right, so who's this guy? He's called Miner by the looks of it. So he's been living in the underground for a long time, since the catastrophe. Take my medicine, it will start you on your journey. So, much like before, you just get some medicine that you have to take if you want to carry on the game. And then thankfully this section's over. Right, and here we are, we're back in the Rookie Village, which is such a welcome sight. It's a strange place to get teleported to, but I'm not complaining. Those Isloms or zombies sound really close. Thank you.
переноски тяжелых грузов могут просто лопнуть, или у владельца пуп развяжется от тяжести.
Right, not quite sure what to make of that completely anyway. So yeah, these sort of the white grey areas now seem to be gone. And I say, it's been a long time since I've played anything like Stalker Soup, or I've never played this particular mod before, so at least I don't think I have. And I know it offers so much in the way of versatility and variety over the original and other mods. But it doesn't detract from the experience too far. It doesn't go too far from the experience. So, quite an interesting mod this, actually. Quite different to what you normally get. So I think what I'm just going to do is have a look around the Rookie Village as normal. I'll edit out any rubbish. Anything that springs to mind I'll throw back in. And then I might go and see Sid or Wolf and then do one mission and have a chat about my observations and so on and then call it a day. Pretty much the usual, really.
Что притащил? Выбирай, как мы с тобой поступим. Либо я тебе сейчас мозги буду полоскать, как я обычно новичкам это делаю. Либо я буду с тобой, как с опытным сталкером.
Right, so it's the usual situation. My ass has been saved from the death truck, so need to do some work for Sidorovich.
Есть дело, меченый. Надо найти сталкера по кличке Шустрый. Он нес мне важную информацию. Пропал он где-то в районе моста.
Right, so I've got to go and find Nimble, which means we've got to go and talk to Wolf. So it's interesting to see how the quests, although they're very similar, they're slightly different. That can be quite interesting to observe. Right, so this is where we start getting offers for jobs, I think. So I've got to go and find a Night Star artifact, which I forget where that is actually. It might. Oh, it's in the car park. Right, let's get out of here because that music's a bit painful. Right, Wolf. Don't go past Wolf. Right. So even the colour of that building, it just looks different now. Do I have a knife now? No, I don't. Right. This is about Nimble. Even the dialogue's slightly different, I think, from what I remember. So I've got to go and find Petrua, who's usually amongst those 2 or 3 guys on that hill. And then we can save Nimble.
Мужики, я к вам посылаю человека. Действуйте по обстоятельствам. Если сочтете нужным, атакуйте. Прием.
Alright, now I've got a knife. Okay. So it's worth just picking up a few things before I go. They could be useful. It could be ammunition. Might find an artifact. You never know. Oh yeah, I remember last night when I was crouching along this bit here. I don't think it's a prone as such, but the low crouch is very low, which is nice. I like that. Some action kicking off, but I don't think it's our guys. Just I hope not. Right. Nothing in there. Definitely take that. I mean, just look at that with the shaders, the change in shaders there. That's gives it quite a different look to the original and to many other mods actually. Right, what have we got in here? Not much, I don't think. So yeah, if anyone listening likes S.T.A.L.K.E.R and wants to watch a playthrough, if they've got any suggestions or what they would like to see be played, I can't guarantee I'll, you know, choose that mod, but the ones I'm thinking of are... Oh. Could have a problem here. The ones that I'm interested in are actually this one, OGSE, Radiophobia, OGSM 1.8 for Clear Sky. I'm going to wait until the next Misery comes out, which I don't know when it is. I'm assuming it's this year. So I won't play 2.1, which I've already done on this channel, although I really wouldn't recommend watching it. It's diabolical, actually. It's no commentary, and there's just hardly any editing, and it's been done with Windows Movie Maker, and it looks bloody awful. So do yourself a favour and steer clear of that one. There's going to be far better, higher definition mods recordings on other channels for that particular one. Oh, yeah, the use of colour and light in this is really beautiful. Look at that. That's a stone blood, I think, which I attached to my belt. So it gives me health and a radiation boost, which is great. And yeah, I don't quite get that. Radiation -3, which is in green, and then a +3. I don't think it's given me any radiation, is it? No. Impacts and rupture. Stone blood, but for a stone blood, that's pretty good. Very good, actually, because it's normally an artifact that, you know, it's one of the low-ranking ones. Like the, I suppose it depends on the mod, really. Some mods, a jellyfish can be crap, and other ones it can be quite good. I think most mods, the jellyfish is crap, actually. It's just the odd one that I've played that's stuck in my mind, which leads me to believe it's quite good. Again, the use of colour is definitely richer, and I do like that very much. You can jump quite high in this as well, which is always a welcome addition. Probably an unrealistic jump, but it's a gameplay experience. It's practical. And again, we've got just a lovely image to look at. That's not a night star, is it? That's a... It's not a stone blood, is it? That's just what I've picked up. I'm trying to guess what it is before I pick it up. I should know. Oh well, let's just take it. That is a... I nearly said stone flower, but I didn't think it was. Right, I'm not going to put that on the belt because it's going to give me some rad. You can even climb over these fences, which is really cool. I like that. It's just little additions, little touches that vary between each mod that on one hand it confuses you because you can get mixed up, but on another hand it makes for you know, an entertaining experience, enjoyable experience. Right, let's go and find Nimble then. And save his sorry ass yet again. Right, who are they? Oh, that's the military. Now, yesterday I saw some people walk up that direction before I left. And they were, I'm going to go back here for a bit actually. And they were bandits, I think, or mercenaries or something like that. But they turned back. I'm not sure these guys are going to do that. Just realised I'm wearing just a bloody jumper. Wearing a jogging suit in the zone is not advisable. Really don't want to get into a firefight with the military. I'm expecting them to turn back. But it doesn't look like they're going to. I mean, the military always turn back, right? Can you see that? Is that guy... is that a bug or is he just invisible? Or semi-invisible? Got military bloodsuckers. Heavily armed ones as well. Oh, you've got to be joking. I'm not going anywhere near those. The modding scene for this game is just insane. It really is fantastic. It's just a new game each time. It's just, you know... I mean, there are some mods that don't change it enough and you can leave them to one side until they get updated or what have you, but... you know, it's just amazing after all these years it's still going strong, the community, for these three games. Especially COP and SOC. Right, I thought I saw one of them engage in combat. And you may notice at the top of the screen on the right, I'm using a frames counter. Right, so let's do this task that I'm supposed to do, which is to go and rescue Nimble. The more familiar task that I tend to run in my installation guides for S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Now, there's something in the distance there. I think it was a humanoid. Yeah, I expect it's a stalker being attacked by some dogs or something. I expect they can handle themselves. Sounds like they're better armed than I am. Ah, right, it's a military guy there. Skilled military enemy. So what's that? Soldier's note. Covered in blood, the pages are sticking together and the ink has begun to run. Let's take that. I can hear the dogs close by, which keeps me a bit on edge. You just never know what you're going to find. See the frames stuttering a bit there. And again, because it's loading the NPCs. I assume that's the reason. The A-Life. I could have sworn when I did this the other day they were over there. I didn't see them. Maybe they... I don't know, maybe they move randomly, I don't know. Perhaps yeah, it's got them over... Oh, I think that's what happened. They ran to fight those dogs. Yeah, that looks like one of them. Patrua, yeah. Let's just go in there. Right, let's do it. Right, so in theory, he should bring his men along quite soon. And I'm just going to wait for them up here on the hill. Strange that they're behaving so casually. So I've met with Wolf's people, and I've got to... Maybe I have to move down here. I don't really want to draw them out just yet. I want to see some evidence of Wolf's guys coming over this direction. You need to come this way, Patrua. I think what might have happened is that they got engaged with enemies. And it's kind of... In a way, it's a good thing, but it's buggered up the usual proceedings of the quest. So I think I'm just going to go for it, which is probably... That sounds really close, but I think it's over there. Right, let's load the right ammunition. Oh, that's all I have got. Okay, right. Don't think that was very successful. Alright, someone's seen me. I've got a grenade somewhere. That's quite a bad throw. Okay. My god, those grenades have got a range on them. Right, that's... Don't aim to do it like I just did there. I took it perhaps a little bit overconfidently, a little bit casually, and you can see the result. Yeah, he's going the opposite way. I don't understand. Suppose I could go and grab the artifact. Very dark and bleak kind of stalker, this particular version. Now, the last time I saw the Night Star artifact, it was right here. So this is going to take some doing to get this. Might be better off getting it from inside. That's where the low crouch isn't to your advantage because it's too low. For the most part, anyway. Yeah, I can't. In some mods, you've only got to get vaguely near something and you can collect it. I can't quite see where this anomaly... I'm throwing bolts, but I'm not actually getting it to react. I'm just going to make a quick save.
Прикинь, в следующий раз на ее месте можешь
Right,
быть ты.
I've been teleported, which
После аномалии будь предельно внимателен.
I wasn't
Слышишь
expecting.
звук детектора? Берешь болты и бросаешь перед собой. Все, до связи.
Well, when I found the Night Star artifact last time, I didn't get teleported, but it, as I say, it was in a different location. So, yeah, it's quite a twist here. I like it. Just going to check this area out. I mean, why not? I'm here now. Yep, I can hear Islams. Is that what they're called? I think so. They sound quite close anyway. Close enough. I don't think there's much else here. Yeah, that's what I was expecting earlier on, nearer the car park, where I was trying to get that Night Star. It's quite a good effect. Bit of magic. Right, I'm going to make another quick save because I'm not sure what's going to happen once I get out of here. You sound quite close. Yeah, you are close. That's a zombie, isn't it? No, it's Islam. Well, I'll leave him be if he's gonna just stay out of my way. Yeah, S.T.A.L.K.E.R, that's one of the guys that you rescue, and usually in the early part of with that medkit, isn't it? Look at that. Okay, semi-invisible veteran military. Ah! Got a half-decent rifle there by the looks of it. And a suit. Right, are you gonna give me any... Right, apparently he's dying. Are you still alive, man? Okay, let's give him a
Спасибо,
medkit.
Меченый. Я вижу, ты нормальный мужик. Я своим в лагере обязательно передам, что ты мне помог.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, you're having a laugh, aren't you? Actually, let's put this rifle to good use. Oh, I've got hardly anything there. I've got 2 rounds and one of them is a... What about the... oh, I've got 2 grenades. 2, what are they called? VOG 25s or something? Or VOG 5s? I can't remember what they're called. You sound very close. But yeah, getting back to what happened earlier, those grenade blasts are really the most widespread I've actually seen in Stalker, I think. So that's something to factor in. You can't get away with just stepping back a bit. Although it was a... what are they called, those ones? F1s, yeah, that probably explains it then. Because they are significantly more dangerous than the R5s, I think they're called. I really think you should be a bit more careful. Ah, right, he's dead. Betrua, cordon, bullet wound. Yep, I'm wearing the suit, so I've got some protection against sort of very light weapon fire. I found a energy drink and a PDA there. Ah, there's a bandit suit. Yeah, I can see me getting slowly engrossed into this. Actually, that's the problem when you you do a mod installation guide. It's on one hand I want to carry on playing it and or uploading it, but people's interest drops dramatically after the first video. It's not really worth doing it, I don't think. I don't mind doing one playthrough. I think I'll always do one because it's a good way to let off steam, but I'm never going to go back to the days of doing several playthroughs at once. It's just not worth my time. Right, I've got some radiation actually. I've just noticed it. Just going to go up here for a moment where it's a bit safer. Right, this radiation, let's try and remove it with a... Yeah, it's strange recording the same video the next day because I can't recall whether I've experimented with beer or vodka yet. Cigarettes, what do they do apart from lots of various health damage? They look like they're rather strong cigarettes. Let's try some vodka. I think I tried it. I think I did try it earlier on and I said it was a bit OTT, but I suppose a bottle of vodka is going to get you really worse for wear fast. You know, you would have hallucinations and strange visions, I expect. Ah, that might have an artifact. No, it doesn't. I've seen some mods where you get a thorn or something in there. can't see anything in there. So I'm not going to venture in there in case I can't get out. I don't know how grenade happy these... Right, something's kicked off. I don't know how grenade happy these guys are. Let's just throw one there in the middle. That may have even detonated the barrels in the truck that are usually there. They're walking very casually. Hang on a minute, I'm not throwing them amongst enemies, am I? I mean, amongst friends. Don't think I am, but... They did look like they were walking around quite casually. I can hear one walking near me, I think. Yeah, I can hear him. Yeah, he's seen me. Did you hear that strange sound then? Like a... That's just ambient sound. That sounded really strange. I've never heard that before. There he is. Ah, there's one. I think my mouse sensitivity is too high again. If I... It's better. I tend to have it up sort of in the middle when I'm on desktop because the lowest sensitivity, which is I think it's about 1600, the lowest, is better for gaming, I find. One round. The weapon sounds are really good, actually. Oh, it's got a hit on him. I can hear it. Right, get out of here. Oh. I got flanked on 3 fronts there. Didn't handle it very well, but it was really good though, good fun. He's walking like I've injured him. No, that was a bit too low. Right, they're all gone now. The grenades, I mean. Not the enemies. Oh my god, he's there. Right, I just wasn't expecting him to turn up like that. Right, I've got some, not many, but I've got some armor-piercing rounds this time. So that should help take down a bandit or two. I think I must have killed a couple or a few even last time, but just get caught with my pants down afterwards. Right, that should stand me in good stead. Trying to get one roughly in the center there, just rebounding it off the wall. Oh, there's at least 2 dead, I think. It's definitely a darker, more murky looking gang world. Right, that gives me an extra round of armor piercing. There's one. There's one over there as well. Oh, he's right in the distance. Nah, it's a bit of a waste of a grenade, really. No, they're pretty accurate. They're not far away when they do shoot. I know I've injured one quite badly. Right, last round on the... Do you know, I'm not even sure what weapon this is. Probably an AK-74. Something like that. Kidding me, aren't you? So hard to pick them out because of the landscape and the colour, but I think I took him down. Gone back to regular rounds. Right, someone shot something. Not quite sure what's going on here. Yeah, that was a bandit. So's that. Right, just gonna... Right, again, hardly any... God. Right, that was a bit lucky. He missed. He should have taken me down there, really. Certainly injured me, but he completely missed, fortunately. Right, so that's the... What rounds are those? Not that it matters now, I'm not likely to get into any combat, but... Just want to might check for extra rounds, quality of weapon and so on. I think are they dart rounds? Something like that. Armor piercing, isn't it? Something of that nature. Yeah, I do like the inventory boxes, the inventory room. It's much better like that. So I think this is going to take a little bit of getting used to, the general look of the game, but I do like it. It's certainly very grim and post-apocalyptic looking.
Блин, денек выдался. Мать вашу, меня кто-то спасать будет или как? Спасибо, брат. Даже не знаю, как и благодарить тебя.
Right, so that's sorted. I'm just going to end this conversation. Normally I would be taking jobs and so on. It's not much point just for a quick video. Or a long video, depending. I think this is going to be a fairly lengthy one, probably. But I will cut it ruthlessly to try and, you know, make it as short as I can. So it doesn't drag too much. Flashlights is not very strong in this, but boy, it does help when you're in such a dark area. I don't know if it's me, but for some reason, whenever I go over this building and the other side of it, I'm always expecting to find a secret weapon or something. I know you get one in Clear Sky in the swamps, hidden in the yeah, by the beams, but I'm always expecting it here, and I expect I've seen a mod somewhere where somebody did find something, and it's always stayed with me, and I'm always expecting to find something, but I almost, if ever, I never do. Better make a quick save, actually. I don't want to have to redo this again. I suddenly get taken down by a pack of dogs or something. Right, I think I've done everything I can here, pretty much. So, I think it's time to go back and wrap things up. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get out of here. What the hell are you doing? Oh, you're going for me. Right, okay. Say hello to my little friend. Tacky as hell, but I've always quite liked the idea of saying that. Ah, it's military. That's an RPK, right? Let's get out of here. That is a RPD. I think I killed it, or did it go running off somewhere? Just going to remove the ammo from this to see the reloading animation. That's pretty good. It's a shame about the clipped arm. But I think I saw some clipping even at default resolution, default FOV. Right, so I think this is a good place to leave it. I've got quite a bit of editing to do. So thanks for watching, I hope you've enjoyed it. Links will be in the description of the video as always. And I'll see you next time in something else. Bye for now.